to engage with Dasha, engage with me. You know, when Dasha says, drop a fire in the chat, drop a fire in the chat. When she says, somebody say, you know, go, you know, say go, like just engage with Dasha as she goes and me. And engagement is how you retain the most of the information. So just to be present today, engage with us, and that's how you'll get the most out of your time being here, because your time is precious. So really take in the information, and we're gonna have times every so often where she's gonna open it up for you to ask questions, any takeaways that you have from what she's talking about and things like that. So, you know, you'll have some time to chime in and you know, offer what you're taking away from it and or any questions that you might have. And whatever it is also that you're looking to manifest, drop that into the chat too. Whatever it is you're looking to personally manifest in your personal life or business, you can drop that in the chat right now. And you know, Dasha will address that and come up with real ways for you to manifest what you want right now during this live stream. So that's one really cool thing about these is that whatever you're looking to manifest in your life, personal or business specifically, you can drop it into the chat and DOS is going to address ways for you to actively reach that manifestation. Okay.
Anthony, can I ask a question?
Yes.
Um, what if you don't yet have a vision of what you want?
That's perfect.
Oh.
Because Dasha is the right person to bring that out of you and channel that out of you with asking the right questions and getting to know you a little bit deeper and about things that are going on in your life. She can figure that out as we go. So even though if you don't have anything, that's okay because you know there's always something that we do want to bring up in our life, a bigger purpose. Um, Bigger goals that are always on the horizon. You know, you're not just going to sit still every day with no ambitions and no goals to a greater purpose. So there is something that's ahead of you. There is something that you want. And if you don't know it right now, Dasha will be able to bring that out of you and figure out what it is that you do want. What is this greater purpose? Why do you do what you do? What legacy do you want to leave behind? So yeah, Dasha is going to be able to address all these questions and bring that out of you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And we're going to be getting ready to start here. So Dosh is all about having fun, you know, making this easy. This isn't like a typical class. She's wild, she's fun, she's free. She doesn't have any limitations that bound her into what society thinks is normal. And that's one of the best things I love about Dasha. She's authentic, she's transparent, she's emotionally intelligent. She's really present with people in an emotional state. I've watched Dasha meet people and cry with people that she just met within a few minutes. Like that's how tuned in she really is to people and their energy. Like she holds the space beautifully. She's the author of 7 books, one best-selling book, The Girl with the Buddha Tattoo. She has millions of views on YouTube. She's the creator of the Manifesting Academy online, which is one of the best manifesting academies I've ever been through. I personally went through it. I haven't seen anything like it on the market. She brings her special energy, her special way of how to manifest whatever you want in life. So that's another great thing that Dasha does. So without further ado, I would like to bring in Dasha Love. She's
Woo!
she's coming to drop the fire.
What's up? What's up? Hello, hello. Everybody see me? Welcome, 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 welcome. And as we all come in, let's just drop in because this is really important to me that we're all present where we are. So wherever you are, close your eyes. And if you just joined us, welcome. And let's just honor the space together. Just close your eyes and just release everything that's going on around you. Maybe where you were supposed to be before or after. Let's just get tuned in to this moment. Because this is the only moment that is real. And let's take a few deep breaths together. Take a deep breath. And release. Take a deep breath. And release. And last one, take a deep breath with me and with all of us. And release. Now let's give gratitude for this moment. Repeat to yourself, I'm so grateful to be alive. I'm so grateful to be here and now. I'm so grateful to be able to breathe. I'm so grateful to have hands. I'm so grateful to have eyes. I'm so grateful to have a mouth. I'm so grateful to have legs. I'm so grateful for my mind. I'm so grateful that today I'm better than yesterday. I'm so grateful that it's all about me just becoming the best version of me. I'm so grateful for community. I'm so grateful for all the trials of life because I know they've made me stronger. I'm so grateful for the journey. I'm so grateful that there is support, that there's community. I'm so grateful for this body to get to know myself. And if you are here with me, put one hand on your heart, one hand up. And say with me, I am open to allow for spirit to speak through me today.
I am open to allow the Spirit to speak through me today.
Okay.
Thank you for being here. There's a reason why we are all drawn to each other to be here. And I appreciate you for being here because you have chosen the path of becoming your best self, of being the weird you. Now, in order to work with me and in this container, you got to be weird. You know, you got to let go of trying to be normal or fitting in on into some kind of a perceived idea of success or other people's limitations, because there is only one you. And there's only one way that you can deliver your message. And you have a unique story. And you have life lessons that you learned. And there are people out there that are waiting for you to show up as you, not as me. So may I have permission to be myself today?
Yes.
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 Will you have permission to be yourself today as well?
Hopefully.
So today we're going to go over a system that has been created through me. And I also want to do some live sessions with you guys. And then by the end, I'll introduce you to a new offer that I have going on. So is everybody ready to play? Yes?
Let's play.
Yes, let's play. Let's play. So my first question for everybody is does anybody know what a system stands for? Some of you are already my students, so please tell me what a system stands for. Oh wait, let's start this small. Can you see this? Oh, let me get closer. Can you see this word system?
Yes.
Cool. So what does the system stand for?
Save yourself time,
Energy
energy,
and
and
money.
money.
Yes. So I have created a system, again, save yourself time, energy, and money to help you understand yourself, to help you understand and be able to take out your life story, your message, and create a movement with it. Okay, create a movement with it. So how many of you are like, you know that if you are in your power, aka your highest identity, your highest self, aka source, God, that's your mission here on earth, to be yourself, to be in your power. How many of you like feel that in your heart? And how many of you are like, okay, so how do I get into this power? Okay, how do I make sure that my energy and everything is in alignment, that my vision's clear toward where I'm going? Because I know that if I have a clear vision to become my highest self, then I'm going to go after the things that I desire. Yeah. How many of you have created a vision board before? Yeah, some of my students in the house. So what's the power of the vision board? Why do we create vision boards?
Because it connects us to the dream that we have in a daily base, to remember us what we're focusing and not get distracted to side things.
Yes. So thank you. Thank you, Selva. A vision gives us a destination to go toward, right? Like a GPS. Because the body is a GPS, right? Like if you're going into a new city and you want to go to a grocery store, are you just going to aimlessly drive, or are you going to input the coordinates into your beautiful GPS, right? And then let the GPS get you there. Well, what happens if there's a detour on the way? What happens if your car is driving, but there's construction work or accident?
You should take a detour.
Yes. Does that mean that the
Happy.
time, does that mean that the time is going to change once you create that vision board, right? Does that mean that the time is going to change of your arrival to the destination?
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because there are unexpected circumstances which
Mhm.
the GPS wasn't aware of.
Yeah, a lot.
So this is one of the things sometimes when we create vision and we don't see the time frame happening in exactly the time that we wanted our vision to come true, is because there's a detour. And I'm going to go deeper into the detail today. Like once you create that vision, and this is why I gave everybody access, everybody who signed up to this, to the manifestation, to try out the manifestation system. And some of you are in the system, but you create that vision board first. Yes. And how do we create a vision board? From our human design, from our $1 million identities. So for a lot of my students, I've had these human design readings that help you understand how to navigate this, how to create the $1 million identity. And for those who just tuned in, this is all recorded information in your back end. And first you start creating that vision. Okay, and then human design helps you understand how to go toward that vision as yourself. Cool. Does
Really
anybody?
cool.
Yeah, so I'll just do a quick thing about human design because I know there's a few new people here. So human design, Gene Keys, is a study that we have access to right now that based on planetary alignment on the specific time that you were born. It's a map that deciphers your genius, that actually tells you what you're tuned into energetically and who you authentically are. It's like quantum level stuff. How many of you like understand that we are energy moving through space, and that our body, right, is a physical limitation? Like when we're looking at our body or thinking of our past or thinking of our current circumstances, we're operating from an ego space. That our body is actually so much more than that. So Human Design and Gene Keys actually explains our body, our energy, how it moves and how to use it the right way. And a lot of the times it also explains why we don't get along with family members, with friends, in relationships. Because some people, for example, are run by their emotions and some people are not. So the first step in the system, in the manifesting systems that have been channeled through me, is that visioning process. Creating it from the new identity with Human Design. And here, let me share with you real quick. If, you know what, Selva, you want me to pull up your design? Since you are here?
Yeah, I download the app that you told and been listening over and over, try to, improve.
Perfect.
Yeah, so then I can do the better visioning. Yeah.
Okay.
I guess my things is when I get the tours, because I'm specific, I get frustrated,
So
that's what I feel.
inside of Human Design, there's 2 apps that I recommend to use. And right now, as we've been describing the detour, so the detour actually means that there's something inside of your energetics that's, imagine that your body is like a cup, okay? A cup of water. And this is the second step. And in order for the water, when you pour the water in, so your body is a cup, right? A cup, a glass, beautiful glass cup. The body is a beautiful cup that has holes in it, okay? Energetic holes. So when you pour the water, and these holes are past memories, they are trauma, the body, right? There are limitations, there are ancestral wounds. Like, so imagine that your body is a cup of water and there's energy, right, that leaks through it because there's holes in it because of limitations, because of past experience, past relationship, memories, childhood wounds, current relationships, the stories of others. Okay, so everybody who's entering, welcome. So what happens is when the vision board doesn't manifest in the time that we prescribe it, that means that energetically, the energy in our body is leaving somehow in a way that doesn't serve. That we haven't tuned in enough to our vision and our highest self, because the energy is seeping through. Out of the holes, the water comes out.
That was good.
So the second step is like, how do you energetically, when you have a clear vision, whether it's your book, whether it is a certain amount of money in your bank account, whether it's getting a certain amount of money for your coaching, if it doesn't happen in the time you write down, that means energetically, there's holes in the system. Energetics is embodiment. Is how do I bring my vision into my body to understand that I'm not separate from the vision, that it's inside of my body. So you guys want to do a quick exercise, embodiment exercise?
Let's do it.
Yeah, cool. So close your eyes. This is the second step. Close your eyes, everybody. And now scan your body. Scan your body. Is there pain? And if you're sitting down, maybe you want to stand up and just do this exercise with me real quick. Is there pain anywhere in your body? Is there any type of discomfort in your body? So go to that place where there's discomfort in the body and give it attention right now. Because manifesting millions, it could be million kisses, million hugs, right? Million smiles, $1,000,000. It's millions in every aspect. It's bigness, but it begins with the body. So let's say like my lower back. How can I lean in and breathe through my lower back with my manifestations? Because I manifest from every part of the body. I'm connected to all of this. So if there's discomfort somewhere in the body, then I need to breathe into it because my manifestation is connected to that discomfort. So if I'm somehow not able to manifest the things that I want, there's somewhere in my body a resistance toward it. So I need to go into the body, go into it, where it is, and move that and breathe through the hips with that new vision. Like if the hips are hurting or if there's discomfort, if it's the lower back, breathe through the lower back, this next version of yourself, right? Imagine that we are not just this body, manifestation, an aura, like we are part of this energy field, and the aura expands outside of our body, not only 2 feet, but it's huge. Like we are part of all of this, and all the clients that we have are just part of who we are, part of our soul truth, our tribe. So we're not selling anything to anyone. We are aligning with ourselves, with our soul's truth, with our body. So it's like when we start creating these offerings, right? And when we start writing this book or creating the book, we are opening up our body into our greater body. Somebody say bigger. Into our bigger body. Because we are
body.
Bigger than just this body. We are a soul that is energetically bigger than the space that this body is in. So whenever the manifestation doesn't happen, we gotta go into the body and we gotta ask ourselves, where is the energy leaking? How can I embody more of myself in this moment? Move that body, breathe into my hips, because physical pain is a dis-ease in the body because we're not being our authentic self. We're not doing the thing that we're supposed to be doing that's uncomfortable because we're retreating to our comfort zone. And then we blame and we're like, my manifestation didn't happen. Well, because when it got uncomfortable, you ran away. Instead of energetically going into the body and saying, okay, I'm going to be in the fire and I'm going to keep going with my body, with the creation of my dream, with the sharing of my story, no matter how uncomfortable it gets, because You have a life story, you have a mission, you have a message, you have a particular purpose that you've came here with because your heart is still beating. There's a purpose in life inside of you that wants you to come through and be yourself.
Hmm.
So, can you believe that there's something bigger than you that is inside of you that wants to come through? Or you don't even have to believe it. Can you be curious about something bigger happening in your life? Can you be curious that there is more to this life than the life that you're living? And that perhaps just knowing that there's more, that it's bigger, awakens that force, that power from inside of you that want to transform, that want to create that vision, that want to keep asking the questions. Now you can open your eyes. So that's the energetics. And what happens with energetics is like the 7 daily rituals that I teach helps. You know, the human design helps.
No.
Does anybody have any takeaways based on what the first 2 steps I just talked about in this manifestation system?
I got something to add.
Mhm.
This kind of reminds me of what Nassim Haramein was talking about. He's a really great physicist right now and making a lot of discoveries. He was saying that we're like a radio, and that in order to get and manifest what we want, we need to have a clear channel. Like when you tune a radio, some of it is staticky. Where you tune a radio, you get a bunch of static, but then you get it to a point where you tune it and it's a crystal clear radio signal that you could hear perfectly. And he says that's how we have to get our bodies. We have to become a clear channel to receive and put out information so you can manifest what you want faster. And you have to have techniques to align with yourself that allow that clear channel to come through. It just doesn't come through automatically. There's practices and things you have to consistently do to keep that channel clear. So that's something I wanted to share. That what you were saying reminded me kind of like keeping that clear channel and your energy and your frequency, because everything is energy, frequency, and vibration. Okay.
Drop a fire emoji. That was not.
Yeah, so it just reminded me that, energy, frequency, vibration, keep a clear channel, have practices in place that allow for that to happen, and you'll be able to manifest faster.
Anthony, get your camera closer, like just face. Was that hot? Anybody have any other takeaways for this? Go ahead. I will unmute you. Go ahead, Sonika.
What struck me about this is it's 2 things about this system. Is that the first thing, the vision board, is something that is, it's from, it's with pictures. That you start out with pictures of what you want, and pictures have always, for me anyway, have had a much deeper meaning than anything else. And the second thing is that I never realized how much my body holds inside, and that that's what causes a lot of exhaustion and a lot of, you know, things. And that and also that when you were talking about the leaking, you know, there's a lot of energy leaking because I'm kind of, you know, trying to let this go and not quite knowing how. And what was very helpful to me is that you said, you know, to like actually tune into your body and to move the body and move the energy, and that can help a lot. Yeah, so it's great because it's not moving from the mind. There's nothing from the mind. It's just from the body, that the body's got all the answers, you know. So thank you. That was very helpful for me personally.
Good, thank you, thank you. The body has all the wisdom in the world. So the reason why we create visions, you guys, because the highest level of value we can bring into this life for people is what? Our imagination. Like, and anybody here like want me to repeat like the levels of value? Because there's 4 levels of value. The highest is imagination. Does anybody want me to repeat real fast? I've done this before. So there's 4 levels of value. The first level of value is implementation. And this is the people that do the work. It's people that do the websites. It's the people that do the cleaning of the schools. It's the people that do the physical labor, construction workers. You tell them what to do, they're implementing it. The salary here is like no more than what, like 50 to 80K a year max or something like that. If not, if you know. Then you have unification. Unification is the managers. Okay, so they keep the implementers from killing themselves or each other. Right? They put it together, they unify the implementers. Then the next level of value is communication. And this is where the singers are, the authors are, the speakers are. We are communicating through our voice and causing transformation in people's bodies with our message. Okay, whether we're singing it, whether we're speaking it, whether we're building it, it's our message. And then the last and highest step is imagination. Is being a kid again and imagining things. Right, so when we talk about high ticket offers and things of that nature, we are here, we're in imagination, we're at the highest, 2 highest levels, like unification is up to 200K max. Communication and imagination, it's like it's infinite how much money you can make. But it's really important that you start to understand how precious your time is and create contracts for the time and energy that you're spending. You know what I'm saying, you guys? Like if you are running a business, if you are coaching, if you are building, whatever it is that you're doing, if you are exchanging money, then you have a business. Then you have to take yourself like a business. And everybody, please, if you are lit up, like drop some fire emojis in the chat. We want this to be very engaging. Like the more you are engaged in this right now, the more you'll already experience transformation just here, and you'll get into momentum. Yes? Because the fire that I have right now in my body, I can't teach you this. You got to catch the fire. And momentum is something that you catch and then you run with. It's like Olympics, a baton. I'm right now running. I got you to a present moment. I got you to understand unconditional love, how to like your energy, breathe through it, go in the body. Like right now I'm running with the baton and I'm passing it along to you in this masterclass. Yes? So that way you can keep running. with the baton, with the fire, to whatever things you are doing. You see what I'm saying? There was a story once about a lady. Is it cool if I share a story? Yeah, everybody say story time.
Story time.
Story time. I love sharing stories. So there's a story about a lady who goes into a doctor's office, okay? And the doctor tells her that the type of cancer that she has, they can't operate on her. The chance is too high. They don't know how to do it. She goes to like 3 different doctors. They all say no. Too much of a risk. This lady understood the principle of either they will sell her the limitations, or she will sell them on their source power, on the dream to stay alive. So guess what she did? She told them that they could do it. She guaranteed it. She put the ideas and the source power onto them that they can take out the thing out of her body, that they have the strength, that they have the power, that she believes in them. Have you guys ever talked to somebody and their first reply to whatever you ask them is no? It's not possible. Anybody type in the chat if that's you, like, have you ever asked again, maybe in a different way, or maybe now you told them why you really needed this, and maybe their answer now changed? Now, have you ever tried it a third time, you guys? And really, because it meant so much for you, you were like, but really, please help me with this. This is so important to me. This is my life's calling. Join me. Or I really need to get this car fixed. Please, I'm trying to get to my mom's. Or have you ever done something multiple times? Because the first time it was a no, second time maybe it was a no, but then the third time you cracked their heart open. Anybody? Because even if you walk up to somebody and you say, like, on Mother's Day, I was giving out roses, okay? And a lot of people were like, oh, yes, thank you. And there was a woman that I was like, hey, there's a free rose for you. Oh, no, thank you. It's a rose. No, thanks. There are people that no matter what you do, even if you're trying to hand them money, they won't take it. Everybody's response to anything that you do is first, no. Why is that? Everybody's response is the first no, including your own, right? Why? Everybody feels yes, thank you, Carissa. Being defensive, feeling like they're being sold to. So even if you walk up to somebody and you're like, hey, I have a system that's literally like right now you have an audience of people. I have a system. I can help you make lots of money. Oh, no, now that's a scam. And sometimes there are people that you just can't help. Oh, yes. Selva is like resistance to old identity. Yes. If part of you is still holding on to the old identity of broke, of limitations, are you going to be able to attract people based on your new identity? You know you've done your job once the outer world is starting to reflect to you the things that you desire. But you have to convince yourself that this is the new you. You have to understand where is the leakage, like dance your way through it, move it around, shake it around, get it in the body, scream it out. Transform these memories, right? Because the memories are subconscious, they're feminine, they're sitting in the body, and you gotta way to clog these pores, where the energy is leaking. Or stop doing the things where you're spending your energy on things that don't matter. 80-20, right? Can you stop yourself from doing things that don't matter? Okay, then step 3 is all about alchemy. Can you change your past story? Because the body is a chemical reaction. This is why sometimes when we take psychedelics, anybody psychedelics transformation? Yeah. When we are in a psychedelic trance, and I've done ayahuasca, 5-MeO, DMT, mushrooms, and I highly recommend to do some level of microdosing if you haven't done it. When you enter this trance, you are a clear channel, right? There's a chemical reaction that is happening for you to tune into God energy, to your higher self. It removes the stories at the time you're in this frequency. So this is what we got to do. We got to alchemize. We got to transform stories. We got to alchemize the pain. Because everybody has pain in the body. Right? Now, how do we alchemize to go from pain to pleasure? So inside the manifesting system, I teach you guys how to do that, how to write it out, how to use Tantra, how to dance, to alchemize, to transform that. Because most people, 99.99, live in pain, okay? It's more painful for them to go toward their vision. It's more painful for them to, let's say, do a detox, because they associate more pain with transformation, so they stop. But how can we transform it? So now we experience pleasure while going in this transformational journey. Can you allow yourself to go toward these bigger dreams, even when it seems like the whole world is against you, because you're transforming pain into pleasure? Because you're alchemizing, you're becoming a magician. How many here want to be magic? What's up? So what's magic? Magic is just creating a different reality for yourself, right? And it all starts here, you guys. You can view something as difficult, or you can view something as exciting. You're only going to be rewarded with the fruits of your labor if you dare to keep going. If you dare to do things that are uncomfortable. Because the body has 50 trillion cells, you guys, like 50 trillion cells. Like we're moving through time space, like we just talked about. Our aura is way outside of ourselves. Right? And every single cell, like imagine that your whole body, there's eyes all over you. Like, so your eyes are not just here, that your eyes are all over the body. Always scanning, looking like. Sometimes the mind has a destination, but the body hasn't caught up yet. So not every part, not every cell believes, because you haven't alchemized, because you haven't moved the energy because you're staying stagnant. Maybe you're sitting too much. Maybe you're laying too much in bed. Maybe you're watching too much TV because you're too afraid of the light. Anybody has any takeaways about alchemy, about stories, the third step of the process? Anybody has any ahas? Thank
I
you.
have one. I have one
Yeah, babe.
about the pain of changing. I think there's a quote like the pain. It's like the pain must become greater where you of where you're at than the change. Like, some people wait until the pain becomes so great that that then forces them to change because that pain is greater than actually changing.
Yes. So the thing is, people are only ready to transform if they're in enough pain. Otherwise, most people are 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Like, if you're gonna go talk yourself out of your book or your masterclass that you want to host or the new price point or the contract, that means you haven't experienced enough pain. If you're gonna go talk yourself out of hiring a coach because you try to figure it out how to do it on yourself or use ChatGPT because you want to go experience more pain trying to figure it out instead of releasing and expanding and understanding how much faster you can get different things done playing together with people. Like, if you're scared to release money, you won't make more money. Because we don't get in life what we want, we get in life what?
What we are.
What we are. So you may have a desire. You may have a desire to make more money, but if you're holding on to your money so tightly, how could you attract people that will release the money to you to help them transform their life? The law of resonance. Yeah, Chris is like the law of resonance. Yep. We attract what we are. So just like with the energetic piece of it, like if there's energy seeping out of our body, if we truly don't feel fully aligned, juicy, like excited about our vision, because energy is seeping, we're going to keep attracting circumstances and people who also have energy that is seeping out of their body. If the energy is seeping or leaking, we're going to attract the same people who have that leaking. And we're going to keep wondering why things don't happen. Because we're looking outside instead of what? Going within. Because we're holding on tight instead of what? Releasing and expanding and moving.
You said a good quote to me last night that I really liked.
Mm.
You said you spend that which you value the least when it comes to time or money. So like in your example, like before you knew, like you spent 7 years writing your book when you wished that now what you know, you would have spent money to collapse that time frame and save you the time. Because you can't get time back. You can get money back.
You can make money. Money is limitless. People are happy to pay for good ideas, right? People are happy to pay for your imagination.
Doesn't like that flavor.
But what you can't get back is time. So what's more important? What is actually more expensive? Time or money? Time. Time you can't get back. Money you can make more of. So I used to be that person, okay, guys? Like, I used to be the person that was like, I'm gonna see what everybody else is doing, and I'm gonna try not to spend any money because I want to save it so I have enough for XYZ until I figure it out. But guess what? People also didn't want to spend money with me because I was that person. And I was wondering why. So I spent all that time, 15-hour days when I was writing the book, before I figured out high ticket, how to sell high ticket offers. I spent credit card money, debt, because I kept thinking, oh, my people are coming, but I wasn't willing to become the person. Right? When I became the person, when I started spending money on coaches, I started collapsing timelines. I started to see how things happen faster when you let people give you the answers instead of you trying to figure it out. Of course, you still have to do the work. Like, you still have to create the vision. I can't do it for you. You have to do your daily rituals. You have to do your body, like you move around, like you breathe. Like, I can't hold your hand and make you do it. You have to take responsibility. You have to become that person, right? And when you create this bigger vision with the money, with the dream relationship, with the book, you got to work with people that have done it, that have crossed over, because it's not about the book. It's about the person you become as a result of doing the thing. How many of you are like, how many of you can cook a great hamburger? How many? Cool. Would you say that if somebody walked up to you and they were like, can you help me cook a great hamburger? You'll be like, yeah. What if this person that walks up to you doesn't know how to cook a great hamburger? Is there like certain ingredients that come into play that you know you got to put together to make it amazing and delicious? Right? Wouldn't you agree that if you know how to do it, you can teach another person how to do it? Right? So a person that knows how to do it, like writing books, like creating visions, like creating high ticket offers, can teach another person how to do it, right? Fire? But what is that going to require? It's going to require a commitment. It's going to require a dedication to stop the shiny object syndrome, because a lot of people have created and figured out different ways of doing things, and they all work for certain people. And I'm here to tell you that you got to create a vision based on you and your design and how you want to manifest, instead of just following a process that other people have done. Because, for example, when I pull somebody's human design and I understand their profile numbers, I can understand if they're meant to work one person at a time, or if they're meant to go work with strangers they meet on the street. And I'll give you an example. My sister, she's one of my clients, she's a 5-2. And the 5 is a profile, a description of who she is. She's meant to work with strangers she just meets. So she went and tested that theory, and it's been 100% accurate. I'm a 2-4. People need to love me, to trust me, to be nurtured by me, to be held by me like a mother. And then they're like, okay, all right, you can help me. I can't walk up to somebody on the street and convert them into a client. That's not who I energetically am. So the next step, there's 4 or 5 steps. The next step is, how do you take up more space? Somebody say, take up more space. Type in the chat space. What does it mean to take up more space? It means, just like I talked earlier, to experience the vastness of who you are, right? To share your message, to share your truth, to broadcast it, to talk about it, to figure out what you alone have come here to share, what you alone have overcome, the pain, and scream it from the mountains. Because all marketing is sharing your truth, is sharing your message, is sharing your story, is what you've overcome. So taking up more space is just sharing and sharing and sharing, becoming bigger, feeling the vastness and space that you are beyond this physical body, which is an ego, which just needs to let the old self die. Somebody say, take up more space. Any takeaways about this so far?
And going back a second on the energetics, for example, my human design is non-emotional, but I feel the emotion of other people, and sometimes that's also can affect my outcome. So how do you suggest to? Sometimes I can't recognize what is mine and what is others, you know. So how do you suggest to?
Good question, good question. So for people who understand their human design, and it says non-emotional, and there's 2 apps inside of the manifesting system, which you have access to, which I have created. And if you don't have access, then you're not part of the group. We'll talk about that on the call after this. But if you are a non-emotional, that means that the energy in your body that you feel is coming from other people.
Mm-hmm.
So in order for you to come back to who you are, you've got to distance yourself from people and come back to nothingness. Okay, so this is where the self-growth work comes in. Like when you do your daily rituals, your new identity embodiment, this is how you become who you are. And the more you do the practices by yourself to feel into the body, you know, the energetic practices, the embodiment practices, the Think and Grow Rich practices that are inside the manifesting system, the more you do this, the more confident and courageous you become, and the more embodied you become in who you are. So remember how you were doing the practices and you were like, whoa, everything was manifesting because I did the work. So you were doing the work, your identity, new identity embodiment every day and right before the call. So your whole being was rooted in who you are.
Mm-hmm.
And then when somebody else came in, because your energy was so rooted and theirs wasn't, remember, this is why you had a favorable outcome, because your energy was more vast. You were taking up more space because you grounded it in as who you authentically are, because you did the work. Remember, you were like, whoa, like it's manifesting.
Yeah, until I got swamped by the energy of somebody else, you know.
Right. But that means
too
that
much.
that means their energy was taking up more space than yours.
Yeah, definitely. It took a lot of space.
And that means that you got to go back in. Because if things are manifesting on the outside, there's a leakage somewhere The tire's flat. And sometimes I know I had this when I was like, go, 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 go. And now I'm like, slow, 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 slow. Because you got to slow down in order to go fast. If things on the outside haven't manifested like you wanted, you got to go in, like go into this energy and what's going on in here? Like what's going on in my hips, in my lower back, maybe my knee? Like, if I'm feeling this ease somewhere in the body, then I got to go in. What's up? Like, I got to check in here, like move it around. I got to maybe go run into the ocean or jump into a cold pool and like scream it out, like get that energy out of my body that doesn't make me feel my most authentic self. Okay. Love you, Krista. Thank you. We have somebody who's watching us right now from Australia. How cool is that? Thank you. Thank you for being here. We love you. Go to sleep. But yeah, when the energy is leaking, we can't manifest. So we got to go back in. So last step number 5 is the masculine, is the systems, okay, for marketing and sales. This is the Amplify Impact systems. Okay. So your book is here. Website, master classes, online. This is your marketing and sales systems. Oh, you can't even see it. Marketing sales systems, cool. Questions, takeaways, somebody want me to go into their own manifestation. This is your floor. This is the system. And this is what I teach, and this is what I'm going to welcome you. If anybody here resonates before you go, drop a link in the chat. Here's the link. Actually, I'll drop a link to book a call and we can see how we can help you. What is it? $1,000,000manifestingchallenge.com/apply. Book a call. Let's get to your destination faster together because we're not meant to do this by ourselves. Oh, oops, that's the group. Okay, anybody has a specific manifestations they want us to go on? Okay, Cookie, can you drop a link? $1,000,000manifesting.com/apply. Who wants to talk about their manifestations? It's 1:11, by the way, so let's all like close our eyes for a second. Breathe. Highest self, joy. Expression, love. Unity consciousness. Unconditional love is bigger visions, is movement, is holding our ground, is holding our energy, is self-love. And sometimes part of us, and I just heard this recently and it resonated, so maybe it'll resonate. Sometimes subconsciously, part of us is still like a little kid and it thinks that our parents should still be taking care of the money. So maybe you've healed that part of yourself, maybe not, because we grow up and for so many years our parents take care of the finances. But maybe this is the time to become an adult. Okay, so maybe this is the time. Maybe today you're going to make the decision to become an adult. How is that so far? Anybody want to book a call to see the new manifestation container that I will be opening up? So I have both a group and a one-on-one that I'm opening up. And I'm starting this upcoming month in July. If you want to be in it, if you're ready for the next level. Anybody have any specific manifestation questions? The floor is yours. Anybody want to see how to log in? Did everybody get a chance to log in? Log in to dasha.love. You haven't log into the portal. Oh, also, I wanted to share a new thing that I'm going to be including in my training now is the ability to see. Let me share the screen of how our energies are compatible based on human design and Gene Keys and what we have access to. Who we authentically are. So I just, where is the screenshots? I just mastered actually more of this recently, and I'm happy to share. Oh, and I hit, hold on one second, let me resend it to myself. It's really, really cool. You guys all see my screen? Yeah? Check this out. I've got new systems that tell me about my connection with the individuals that I'm working with and what we have access to. Based on energetic alignment, based on the stars and the planets. So it's like super cool because it's never going to change. And who brings what into the relationship and how we influence each other. And I'm excited to do the same thing for if you have any partners or relationships in work, to help you understand these relationships on a deeper level based on human design and Gene Keys, because it's going to change the game. As well as human design, what you have access to yourself. And it's potent. It's really powerful stuff, because when you understand, for example, 2145 is the money line. For example, in human design, I have 21. Whoever's got 45, I complete them in terms of manifesting money. So it's really cool stuff. Cool. Questions, comments? Today we're gonna keep it a little bit shorter because I got a baby and we don't have a babysitter. Yeah, Sonika, what's up?
If I want to form a vision of what to do with I don't know how to express this. Just how I want to change everything from, especially around people, around having more people in my life, because I tend to be isolated. But also with a career direction, I wanted to make a change in my career direction. And I've struggled with just not knowing, what is the next thing. So how can I get a really clear vision of what direction that's gonna be.
Did you log into your backend access to the membership? That's what it's for. So the visioning process is going back into your child self. There is meditations in there. There's clear instructions on exactly how to create that vision in every area.
So with those, like the sections that, there's different things in there. I see. Okay.
The center is the most important. So the center, for example, when I was going toward writing a book, was the impact that I'm going to make on the people's lives that are going to read it. That was important. So that was in the center, and then everything else was around it because it's really important. Because fitness food, for example, is directly related to me being able to be authentic and share my message. My family relationships directly related to me being authentic, to my finances goal. Like everything is connected. So when you start creating that vision, you start to see how everything's connected. And you can either create it in physical, you can create it in PowerPoint, you can create it in Canva, whichever way. You can create it in slides, Google Slides.
Thank you.
And whatever comes through, that's it. Like that's correct for you. Like don't question it, even if it's freaking weird. Like the weirder the better. And if it's weird, like if these ideas of like what you want to teach or how you want to, like what your imagination is, it's correct. You know, the story, the things that you're overcoming, the whole idea is how to get out of your own head and be of service to others. Right? Because when you become of service, that's how you start attracting people. You start helping people. You get out of your own head. And when you help somebody, guess what? You help yourself. And now they become part of your soul family because you've helped them. Cool?
Thank you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's up? What's up, girl?
Yeah, about the vision board, so like I've been doing like a bigger vision, like a long-term vision, because what happened to me is like is I'm supposed to respond, and so I'm keep having all these, you know, offer coming in that I grab, but they're lighting me up, but they're not like a fooling light me up. But I need those to make money, you know, the stuff that make gonna help me to make money temporary. But they pull me out of my full, you know, what light me up really, right? So I'm trying to reverse engineer what I really want to arrive in this baby step that I need to do, and try to combine these two things, because some stuff doesn't essentially make me to make money, but they bring me to the process, to this path they want to go. So what you suggest about, because usually we did like a 3 months vision board, and then what happened, I keep having like a outside stuff coming in that I grab because on my my emotions, like, okay, that made me make money, but it's, you know, not really like what fully make my body scream, you know, like
So I want to welcome you to try an experiment into that next version of yourself. So create, because you're specific, create a vision from the next version of yourself. Maybe there's something that you felt was out of reach until now. And create it, put it on that vision, because we're specific. We have to put it on that vision and then become open to magic. See if you can view like working out. I know you like working out and dancing as a path of transformation through the body to be able to receive these types of new manifestations that you're creating. Can you receive a manifestation through your hip? or through whichever point like feels that has tension, can you go into it and be like, this is that tension point that I'm going to receive my manifestation through. I'm going to create expansion through this boob, or through this through the hip, or through my lower back. I'm going to create space here to be able to bring forth this newness, this new manifestation that I just created.
Mhm.
Run an experiment.
Mhm. Have
And
some ideas.
share with us how that experience goes.
Thank you.
And this is also, so this is the new thing that I'm going to be actually doing. This I'm really excited to start in July. It's going to be, so it's going to be the pre-recorded stuff that I have in the membership, plus embodiment work. So we're going to have a specific times that we're just going to use for embodiment, like really just going into the body and like feeling it through the body. Like, where is it? Where does the expansion want to take place? Maybe it's in the neck. Can I breathe through the neck? Can I allow for my new vision to come through my neck? So it's going to be heavy on energetics and heavy on like feminine embodiment. Even if you're a man, there's a femme inside of you. Cool. So if you're interested in talking about it, book a call. Let's start getting calls from tomorrow. Let's give us a break today to tune in. And let's go to the next level. Cool. And I want to go to the next level with you. If you're here, you're a vibrational match. Let's explore new possibilities of business and ways for you to make money. Cool. New manifestations, new magic. Woo. New ways to embody and ground in that magic. Any last takeaways before we call it a day? We got a baby to get back to today. Auntie, you have anything else you want to say? Anybody who's been off camera, off microphone, has any last things, any last questions?
Yeah, I really liked when you were talking about how, because Nassim Haramein, again, he talks about when you were talking about your outward manifestations, but you have to have a stronger inward manifestation. And he was referring it to a hurricane. And he said at the center of a hurricane, it's completely still and calm. But the force that it has outwardly is massive. So he said that and he said, we're the same way. And he says that what's happening with a hurricane happens on every scale of life, from atoms to protons to hurricanes to tornadoes to us. So he says we need to go inward into our stillness, into the vacuum of ourself, the center of ourself, and create that stillness and that peace within. And he says the greater that peace and stillness is within, the more massive of an impact you'll make around you, like a hurricane. So
Yeah.
I really like that you touched on that for manifesting and aligning yourself. If it's not happening outwardly, then you got to go inward. There's more work that needs to be done inward.
Yes. And I love that you just said that. Like, if we can just imagine that what's more powerful than courage, confidence, what could be more powerful than that is stability. How
Yeah.
can I be the lighthouse? Like, how can you be like embody that for yourself? Like, how can I be the stable lighthouse to which other ships are looking toward and going toward. Other ships, aka my soul tribe, my family, the festivals that want to hire me, the people that want to work with me. How can I be stable enough in my being, regardless of what's happening outside of me, regardless of how much I have in my bank account, to be able to say, it doesn't matter what happens outside, I am still gonna have love. I'm still gonna be unconditionally loving. I'm still gonna be here. I'm still gonna be grounded. I'm still gonna feel stable, because stability is not outside myself. I am the center of the vortex. I'm the center of the universe. I am source. I am all of creations. I am stable for me because I am here, because I have a heartbeat. And I'm gonna let all those that need to come toward me feel that stability as they're coming toward me. And I'm gonna hold them in that stability, like having the wings of an eagle, like having the wings of a mother, and support others through their manifestations, because I know that if I help other people in their manifestations, then I am manifesting. Because I am becoming of service, because I'm coming from the heart. Because I am the beacon, because I have done the work. I am the center of the universe. I am the vortex. I am the source, and they all come to me with ease. This is what being magnetic is. So now I get to expand and create more space to be able to hold, because when we're working with other people, we are holding the space. We're holding the energy. We're taking responsibility for things we're not responsible for. We believe in people even when they don't believe in themselves. We believe in the mission even when other people can't see it. We believe in the vision of wholeness, just like that lady in the hospital, when the doctors couldn't even believe that it was possible to operate, to heal her. She made them believe it. She created more space. She took the power back. She did not let a person in a suit say she cannot get back to wholesomeness. She believed in wholesomeness and made the person in the suit believe in it too, so they can operate on her and have her be healthy and wholesome and live a life that she desired to live. So you can either take on the energy of others and their limitations and their truth and bring you down because they sell you on their mediocrity, or you can be the beacon of light, the center of the vortex, the stability, the power, the fire, the light, and then let others come to you because you did the work. Was that good? Does that make sense? When you do the work and you release what's happening outside of yourself by taking that full responsibility inside, you change. And then the outside begins to change as a result of you changing. So book a call if you haven't yet to find out the next steps. If you already have access and you're creating the vision, create that vision. Let your imagination run wild. There's meditations for that reason, inner child stuff inside of the manifesting system. And next month, we're going to be starting a new container. So if you want to have a conversation about that, book a call starting tomorrow. Let's go to the next level version of you. That manifest millions by being you version of you. And millions in every possible way. Millions is big. Millions is expensive. So it's about taking up more space.
Yeah, I love that.
Any other last questions, comments? Even if you weren't here on the camera, I appreciate your energy. Yeah, go ahead, Sonika. Oh,
So, is this like a one-on-one session that we would be booking today for in between now and the second session?
yeah, this is for people who've already started creating that vision and who like are familiar with my stuff. So for you, for now, start creating first. Use that stuff in the back end. And once you're starting to get some momentum, then I want you to get on a call with me. Cool?
Thank you for clarifying that.
Mhm.
Yeah, cool.
Because the what's recorded, people have paid me over $30,000 for that information. So like I want you to go through, like I want you to understand how I've built this, like how to believe in yourself first before you like start running with me faster. You know?
Thank you so much.
Yes, of course. Yeah. Anybody have anything else? Does everybody feel complete? It feels like a good container for today.
Just wanted to say how grateful I am to both of you for putting this on at this time. It's been very, very sobering, just to kind of, like when you have something written out on a screen and it like just hits you in the head and in the body. It's very powerful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And you're now part of our family. Like you are now in the vortex. So I want you to understand that family is not just blood. Family we choose based on the people that help us, that see us, that bring
The
to
love
us,
tribe.
love tribe, yeah, that bring to us the keys that we need to become better, to live a more fulfilling life. So family is not just blood. Family is those who we resonate with, those we say yes to, those who hold us in this space, who create a container, those who show up. So like, let yourself feel like my family is here and now. I am supported, and more of them are gonna come the more I do the work. So like, let yourself get to tears. Let yourself feel it, because we don't have to beat the same drum. My family, my parents, my sister like didn't believe in my book for 5 years. I had to keep beating my own drum until finally they were like, whoa. And my dad was like, wow, you've entered dimensions that I will never be able to enter. You have to believe in your own story. You have to believe in your own song. There's so much more in this reality, and our immediate family are going to be the last ones to believe.
I really like what Sonika said about banging on the head. That's one of Dasha's like famous lines. She's always like, the universe was banging on my head to do this or to do that. So it's those things that constantly bang on your head, that's a sign. The universe is going bang, bang, bang.
What you just said, excuse me, what you just said about that family will not be the ones who honor your story, and that has been very much the case for me. And I am a writer and have written one book so far. But what you said, about believing in your own story once you've done the work, I think that's really, really powerful. I'm so grateful for that. Thank you.
Yes. There are
I
so
think I was going to be full of tears today.
that's good. You gotta, because this is part of the wisdom in the body. The wisdom wants to release itself through whatever avenue, shaking, screaming. Like sometimes if the energy is stuck, like put your head on the pillow and just scream. Like if anything is getting in the way of you being you and you can feel it in your body, get it out. Screaming into a pillow helps. Going for a swim, maybe like turning on a song that you really love and like just like getting it all out of the body, like going on a hike and like grabbing a stick and like beating the ground, or screaming in a car while you're driving, or singing loudest to your favorite song. Like get the energy of other people out of the body forcefully, because the body wants to find an outlet to the energy that's coming in. And a lot of the times we confuse other people's energies with our own. So we got to get it out so you can be you, you know?
Very helpful.
Mhm.
I think I don't want to keep your baby waiting.
It's all good. We love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for saying yes to yourself, because transformation is about being in rooms like this where people have done the work and they have a higher vision for you. So you got to stay in the room. You got to stay going back into the manifesting portal. Like you have to have constant exposure, because that's how transformation happens. Because the old self is gonna want to keep you safe. It wants to go keep to the old story, the story of limitation. But if you're constantly exposed to this energy, to the heart, the people that you know have done the work, then sooner or later you will become one of them too. Because the energy, either you're going back into the shell or you're constantly inside that fire energy and you're like, oh, I'm going to tumble a little bit more of my limiting beliefs because I'm listening to what you're saying. I feel our heart. I'm creating the vision. I'm doing my daily rituals every day, because the blanket of love, you know, before you know it, you're going to be it. But you have to be immersed constantly to the information, constantly doing the work, and not go back to the old self. You have to let that old self die. Because this is a new story of unconditional love, a story of your higher self, the manifesting millions by being yourself. Million kisses, million hugs, million laughs, million lives transformed, $1 million. Or however many, $100,000. It's expensive. The reason why we use the word millions is because this is your time to become more expensive, to take up more space. Okay. Lastly, can I just get a few like takeaways about how today's masterclass was? Maybe a little testimonial, like what you experienced as a result of today. Like if you experience a shift, if you have the steps, if you're excited for what's happening next, if maybe you had some aha moments right now. I would love for just like a 2-minute from each person here to just like a testimonial about today's masterclass.
I start like it's always like aha moment, you know, like when you speak. So I like I receive very well the information because he activate my sacral too. So I'm like connected with what you say. It's not just like you know, words. My body resonate with the teachings. So that's when I know that I'm in the right path. Yeah.
Good. You feel it in your body. Like I'm feeling it in my yoni right now. Like I'm just like, whoa, activated. Like, what's up? Feels so good. Like, gotta move that body around. Okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you for getting activated, staying in the room. Anything else? Anyone else?
I just wanted to say one thing, that I think that this session helped me to get a whole different picture of, you know, this is where I am and this is where I want to be. And I can't stay down here anymore. I just can't. It just costs me too much. So I think that was the most valuable thing that I took away from today. Thank you.
And remember, like if you are like, there's like a staircase, right? Like everybody thinks that they are right here and the destination is right here. but in reality, you're really over here. And there is a story and there are secrets that you have learned for the person that's 2 steps behind you. The way that we view ourselves is always at the bottom compared to somebody who's been doing it for 10 years. I've been doing this for 10 years. So that person is like up there and we think that we're down here, when in reality, we are over here. And there are people that are 2 steps behind us, like our old self, that need to hear what we have to say, that need us to create an offer for them that they can purchase. Because if we don't make that offer, then it's not on the shelf. People can't buy it.
Said.
And
Yeah.
we don't heal and then live our purpose. We heal through our higher purpose. We heal by helping another person. By having that offer. We go into a store, we want to pick up a bread. We don't hypothetically say, where is the bread? We see it so we can grab it. So your offering is something you put on the shelf, just like a store, for a person that's 2 steps behind you. You don't have to be a guru of all things. If you have 1 or 2 or 3 secrets that you've used to help you change your mind, to help you maybe change your breathing, then this person that's 2 steps behind, like your old self, they need it. But they can't buy it from you if it's not on the shelf. If you don't say, I'm ready to serve because I know I will heal through service. I'm not going to heal and then be of service. I'm going to heal through being of service. I'm going to heal through my higher purpose. I'm going to heal through helping another person heal. Cool.
Love that, Dasha. Hi. Yeah, I feel like that perspective really helps to dissolve lower identities too, like the small self, when it's like heal through being until you're allowing that pain to be running the show. Because she's always going to think she's not enough, or he's always going to think he's not enough.
Yep. And we are here to stretch the edge of enoughness. Right? What is enough? What is the definition of being enough? How can I stretch that edge of enoughness? Well, how can I stretch that definition of enoughness that will allow me to open my heart? Right? How can I create these even higher value offers, even if I feel uncomfortable in my body, because it's not about me, right? It's about this person who said, I want that. And it's my job to have a higher vision for them, even when they've never created anything even remotely close to what they're saying they're ready for now. Because I've had people that go from $1,800 a month to 10, 15K a client. How? I put it on the shelf. They wanted it. And the resistance goes, but what if it doesn't happen for me? And then I go, well, I'm going to walk with you until it does.
Oh, yes.
I'm going to hold you like a mama bear until you stop resisting the fact that yes, you can. Until you change the story to what if it does happen? You know? Because we're so fixated on what if it doesn't, but what if we change the story and say, oh, what if it does? Or like Abraham Hicks goes, wouldn't it be nice if I had this amount in the bank account? Wouldn't that be nice if I had this relationship? Like removing the pressure into like, wouldn't that be nice? So it's like you're entering almost like a fantasy la la land and you're like, wouldn't that be nice?
It's all potentials in the quantum field too. All happening. Tap on in.
Yes. And when we play together, it's like, would I rather have the whole grape or would I rather have a piece of a watermelon? Like a piece of a watermelon, when we're sharing, when we are co-creating, when we figured out a way to best co-create, it's like we become a watermelon, we become vast, like we take up more space. The watermelon takes up more space than the grape, right? So now we get a piece of a watermelon instead of the whole grape that we were trying to fight for because we were trying to do it on our own.
Love that analogy.
I want a piece of the like, give me the biggest watermelon, give me a 30 pounder, like
Make it sweet.
you know what I mean? Let me eat it like a little kid so it splatters all over my body. What's up? Love to the watermelon. Let's go.
Oh, yes.
Because guess
Wow.
what? Like being uncomfortable doing weird shit is like what's gonna help you like open up to the vastness of who you are. Like next time you're eating a mango or whatever, like get messy with it. Like get like like smear that thing over your body. Like become a little kid again. Like let yourself laugh at yourself, or when you're taking something like too serious and you're like, what's up? Like look in the mirror and just be like, oh, come on. You're just a kid trying your best.
We're all just big kids here.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here. Anthony, do you have any other takeaways? You have any takeaways?
No, everything's pretty much nailed on the head. I really like the energy and all the information. It's really good, like really, really, really good. I learn something every time from these master classes. I learn something from Dasha every day. So I mean, she puts her heart and soul into these, and she's here to serve at the highest level. And she wants people to show up at their highest level and like be 8, 9, 10. Like I'm ready to go. I'm ready to play. I'm ready to jump in the fire and see what happens.
Yes. And remember, we don't truly know something until we teach it to someone else. So go out and start changing lives. Go out and start teaching. Go out and have that energy that's more powerful than whoever is perceived to be in charge. You're in charge now, baby. I pass along the baton. Cool. May you all walk in peace and love, and may you always see that you are stronger than you know. May you open to the possibility that there's a lot more wisdom, that you can play bigger, and may you open to the possibility that you can create more space and take up more space by being you with your life story and your message. Have a great rest of the day. Feel supported and loved. And remember, there's a lot of unseen forces that always got their hand on your back. Every room you walk into, every conversation you have, there is 300 unseen forces, unseen people who have passed, who are right behind you, who are holding the baton with you and saying, keep going, you got this, you got this, you got this. Cool. Love you all so much. Have a great rest of your Tuesday.
Love you guys. Thank you, Dosh.
Namaste.
You.